All right, so today we're going to talk about Newsela, and Megan Smith is here today, and she is a Newsela certified teacher, and she loves her some Newsela, and so she's going to do a little bit of the presentation, and I'm going to do, so it's going to be a collaboration today. We do have a few people who are guests at other schools. Just remember, some of the stuff we're going to be talking about is school particular, because we have a school account, so we have some paid features, so those wouldn't apply to you and using Newsela for free. All right, so let me get started. So where you will start to access Newsela for now, Newsela has been taken out of Clever, so which is great because students don't have to deal with Clever at all. They will be able to just do Newsela right into Canvas, so super good. I'm going to go into one of my classes. Here. All right. So in your courses, you will see a link for Newsela. And so in your course navigation right here on the left, and that's district-wide. So the people that are not from our school, you will see that in yours as well. And you'll just click on it, and you will get logged in with, if you don't have never made an account, you would maybe have to make one, but you shouldn't. It should just log you in. And so it's very easy to get into Newsela. For students, when you make the assignment, it will just show up on the screen. So they won't have to click on this button. Let's see what's happening. All right, so you will have to sync Canvas with your courses, or create courses by syncing. And I'm gonna show you that right now. It's very simple. So you'll just go up to your name, and you'll see that at our school we have 3 subscriptions. So we have Newsela ELA, we have Newsela Social Studies, and we have Newsela Science. So those are special subscription packs that we have. So that means there's specific libraries for those topics. So when you go into your settings, you're just going to click classes. And I guess now you guys have your courses, so that's good. So you'll be able to do this. And you'll just click this button that will say sync with Canvas. And then you'll be able to select your courses that you want to sync, and they will sync. So we'll just take a few minutes, and then every time you log back in, you'll see, come to this page, you'll see it starts to automatically sync. So if you get new kids, make sure you come to this page and resync so that it gets the newest kids. Any questions about making your classes? No? We're all good? Okay, cool. Megan, do you want to start talking about making an assignment? Let's see if Megan's kind of in 2 meetings at once right now.
Yes, I'm trying to like.
Let me stop sharing my screen.
It's going a little slow. I'm trying to do like 18 things here. Okay. Yep. Let me share my screen.
Let me stop sharing. I might need to give you permission. All right, you can share now.
All right, can you guys, I think I shared the wrong thing.
Nope, you're good, we see it.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Oh, you closed it.
That was me, sorry. I have my double monitor, so I'm like, look now you're over here. This is just, okay. So one of the most important pieces I thought of Newsela is making the, like the assignment tab, or how to assign an assignment. So when I don't know why my whole thing just logged me out, probably because I was trying to download here. Okay. So this is your Newsela homepage. The hot topics are usually at the top. So there's a lot of articles on distance learning and the election of 2020. But to make an assignment, you can see everything you have assigned or you're going to assign on your assignments tab. So I was just practicing a little bit before, when we didn't have our school account assigning stuff to my pre-AP and the lacrosse team. So it's still linked to my Google. I haven't done my Canvas yet. But to do an assignment, we'll just do virtual learning for right now. Whoops, virtual learning. So you'll go up to the search bar and you'll search whatever topic you would like to do. And then a whole mess of articles usually come up. These little icons in the bottom kind of indicate what it's for. So there's one for, ELA, science, social studies, word activity. There's also some word activities you can do with here for L students. So there's just a lot of options. So if you want to assign an article, you'll click on the article. If you're not ready to assign it right now, you can always save the article by clicking the bookmark, and then it'll show up in your content. So if you want to assign the article, you'll click on your article. If it loads. Okay, well, this one's for kids, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So there's 3 things you want to look for when you're assigning an article. In the top right, you can see the Lexile levels. So this one only goes max up to 770, so that's about a 6th grade reading level. But some of them do go up into the thousands, which are more suitable for maybe 11th and 12th graders going into college, just that type of reading. You can also find here that some articles will actually already have it translated in Spanish. So above the Lexile level, or I believe below the lowest Lexile level, it'll say the Spanish version. And it will have that there for students whose Spanish is their primary language. The next thing you want to look for is the activities tab. So Newsela has 2 ELA activities already preloaded. The first thing is a writing activity. They do have a preloaded prompt, but you can change this to your liking or whatever you'd like to do. And then the other thing they have is the quiz feature. So these are usually reading comprehension questions. And a lot of the Common Core standards are already loaded in there. I know we have our SOL standards, but just to kind of see what's going on, you can see it does align with the most curriculums. And then it'll show you the correct answer. I really recommend you go through first to make sure that's what you want your students to actually know, or you're wanting them to look for. I usually look for like summarizing the big idea questions or pulling quotes, but that's just for social studies. But you can do that for any topic area. And there's usually 4. So those automatically come preloaded. You're actually you don't have to edit that. That's just there. And the last thing is this assign button, which I'll go over in 1 second. So all the Newsela articles they have their title, and they also come with a variety of other options. You can present if you want to teach closed reading, or you want to teach your students how to annotate. You can present, and you can do it live with them on Zoom. You can save the article and use it for later. And my thought process was to use this on Mondays as maybe a warm-up reading for when they're doing their asynchronous activities. And actually, if you assign it to students and they push the read aloud button, they're actually the article will read it out loud. You can share. If they really want to print it, they can. And then adding to a text set, which I can talk about later. So again, it gives you who wrote it, when it was written, the word count, and then the target group. So this one's targeted for upper elementary and high school. And then you can kind of just read through it to make sure that's what you want. When you're ready, you're going to hit assign in the top right, and this page should come up. So the first thing is the assignment title. Maybe you want to have this be Monday work or whatever you want it to do. And then that will be fine. And then next, so I still have my Google Classrooms linked, but since we just found out the Canvas classrooms our hub classes are in Canvas already, you'll just click which class you want to assign it to. If you just want to assign it to 1 or 2, whichever one you want, and that will appear there. And this is the big piece of this. I would recommend leaving this at the Newsela recommended adjusted level. So the more you assign, the more articles you assign, the more it will adjust to your students' needs. If you assign it and you can see where they're starting to read at, but you can lock the level. If you know your class is on a certain level, Sometimes I lock it at a lower grade if I want them to do it as morning work. It's just kind of something you can see because it will actually collect data on your students, which I'll show you in a second. And then just good practice is leaving instructions. So read the article and answer, the multiple, we'll just do that, the multiple choice. And then you'll want to click assign. All right, and when it assigns, this will appear in your assignment tab or under your content tab. It'll be in both places. So when you click on it, you can see its assignment, when it was assigned, and that's kind of that piece. So the thing you guys are probably most interested in is this piece. So you can see how many of your students have actually viewed the article, how much time they've spent on it, the average time that's being spent on it, and then it will automatically grade their quiz. And then if they did the writing piece, it will let you click on the writing piece and you can grade it on a scale of 1 to 4 and actually return it to them to edit if you don't like the answer that they gave. And then lastly is the student annotations. I would do the annotations together whole group before you assign it together. But that's just kind of the data piece of that.
Megan, can I ask a question while we're on this?
Yeah.
When you're assigning, can you like unclick either the writing or the multiple choice versus like, I know writing the directions is good, but you know, students don't listen, like they don't read it. They'll just go through and is there a way to just make it so only one or, you know what I mean? Just, or does it automatically give them both types of questions?
It will give them both types of questions, but they don't have to do it. Like if you're like, don't worry about it, you don't need to do it, it's fine. It comes preloaded with the article.
If they do it, then they just didn't read, and that's on them.
Yeah, yeah. Because if they turn it like, oh, they got a 4 out or a 1 out of 4 on the reading comprehension, and they spent like less than a minute on it, you're like, you are like it's just a good data piece. But yeah, they don't have to do the activities. They're not like required. It's just kind of an option when they do it. And this is also, they can do this on a mobile phone too. So they can see all this on a mobile phone and a tablet as well.
And is it really obvious from the student view when they pull up the assignment, like where the questions are? Like they can.
Yeah, it's usually at the bottom or on the right-hand side.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so it kind of forces them to go all the way to the bottom to read. But on some devices, it will appear on the right-hand side. Did Katie, do you want me to do how to cross-list it in, or to LTI the tool in Canvas, or?
If you want to, you can.
Okay.
I do have a recommendation. So, because I did some example assignments for we have a school-wide class of 21, 22, 23, 24. And when you make the assignment, you need to make it a separate copy of that assignment for each class. Because I tried to add the same assignment. I tried to assign the same assignment to multiple classes and then put it in Canvas, and it doesn't work. So you actually need to make multiple copies in Newsela, just as a tip. And I'll show that after Megan shows how to assign it.
All right, can you guys see my sandbox now? Or is it still, okay.
Yep, I see it.
All right, so you'll go over to your mod.
Oh, good. I'm so jealous.
I can share a document with everybody if they want. I made it in Google Slides, so okay, hold on. We'll go over here. So when you want to assign a Newsela article, you'll go to your module, you will hit your plus sign, and you'll want to add a new assignment. So I'll just add my Newsela test. Add your item. I went all the way to the bottom. You'll open up your assignment and you'll want to edit your assignment. And like Katie said, you're going to have to make an each one for each class. You can't cross-list it. Again, I just like to put the same directions that I put in the Newsela homepage here. So read the article and answer. So you just have your directions, and you'll need to go down to submission type, external tool. We did a lot of this last week in some of our trainings. So when you click the external tool, button, you'll just need to go down to Newsela. It will open, hopefully. Yep. So I haven't synced my Canvas classes yet to Newsela, but it will open, and then you just select your assignment. And it'll load right in on the assignment page. And you should be able to grade it with the Easy Grader, all right, I believe. So.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I have to create it in Newsela first.
Yes.
And then, okay.
Yeah, so you have to create it.
Okay.
You have to create it in Newsela, so it appears in your assignments tab.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And when you go over to Canvas, click Newsela, it will open up that assignment tab here. So you just have to, they just kind of sync together like that. So the assignments, assignment in Canvas, assignment in Newsela, both have to have it for it to work.
Thanks, Megan. And did you want to show real quick about text sets?
Sure. So another great feature of Newsela is a text set. This can be found under your content created by you. So I like to think of the text sets as kind of like a folder where you can store all sorts of, like if you want to make a collection of assignments. So for pre-AP, we actually used this in the fall. We used it as a review tool. We gave them an entire text set. So I did one for the Byzantine Empire and one for Africa and Islam. So there's about 20 articles. But that's a long-term thing. Or if you want them to just have a collection of information, if you're covering one standard or whatever you're doing. So when you open the text set, it'll have whatever you've collected. So for Africa and Islam, we collected a bunch of different articles that we wanted them to read. You can assign each individual one, or you can also assign the whole text set. But I'll show you how to make the text set first. So in your content, you're going to hit this blue button on the right that says create a text set. All right, and I'm just going to call mine test text set. But if you wanted to do, Sarah, you could make one for dual. You can be like dual government text set, and you could just add to it all year. If that's something you wanted to do. You can have one for, I think there's some for Spanish. You can do some for Spanish. You can do like the different countries. You can make a whole text set on the different Spanish speaking countries and assign them. So today I want you guys to go read the Newsela article about Spain because they do have a whole series called Countries Around the World. It's really cool. And I believe those are translated into Spanish. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so for your description, be like, this is a long-term reading, blah, 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 whatever you want to do. So you'll create your text set. All right, and it'll look just like this. So you can either go to your content if you had some articles already saved that you want to do, or you can search for a new one. Here, we'll make a COVID text set because that's what we're gonna do. So if you find one, you like it, you do everything like we did with the assignment, you're like, looks good, it's on the right Lexile level. See, this one goes up to 910. You're like, I like these activities, everything's super duper. You'll go below where it says add to a text set, and you can see the text sets you've created. Once you click on it, it will go to the top and turn green, and now it's added to your text set. And you assign it the same way you assign just a regular singular articles, the same way you assign a whole text set in the whole Canvas process as well. Any questions with that? That was a lot of information, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Megan.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so I'm going to show you in, if you want to stop sharing, Megan. I'll start sharing. Continue. I'm going to show you in my Newsela because I've created, we have a class for a class of 21, 22, 23. So I created all kinds of example assignments for them to start working on to kind of just see how to do assignments. And one of them is Newsela. So you'll see I have my assignments here. You can see how many kids I have in the class and how many have turned it in. So then I can look at the assignment. I can click on it and I could go see the details that Megan showed you about like the grading and such. But I want to go back and actually show you what this looks like in Canvas and when you make the assignment. So let me let it load first so you can just see. All right, so here I can see how many students have viewed it, how long they spent, their article level, and see this person I can grade now. And so I can come over here to grade it and it will sync with Canvas, or I can grade it over in the Canvas window. Either way, it will work. Let me go back here. So this is a course that I have a course for each class. And you'll see, just because a lot of people have been asking, what kind of training are students going to get? So I made this whole module for students, and they can do all different types of assignments. And one of them is this Newsela assignment that I made. So they're going to see the article right on the page. So just like I did for you guys, I made them like a little video about what is Newsela, and then they have their assignment below. So you'll see I can come here, it's loading. All right, and so basically I have that same window just right in here. So I can come here and I can see like how many students did it. Apparently no one in this class, seniors. And then I can grade, oh, okay, I have some people. I've already graded these yesterday. So I graded this, it was there, the writing prompt, the quiz part auto grades, so you don't have anything to do there, and the grades just automatically sync with Canvas. So it's really nice. When you make the assignment, I do want to show you one thing to keep in mind. Make an assignment, actually. So I'm going to make a new assignment and show you how this works. It's best if you just go to Newsela and make your assignment and assign it to the class first, and then just come over here and make the assignment in Canvas is what I found works best. Then you don't have to keep going back and forth. So just kind of do all your work in Newsela, make your assignments, and then you can come over here and create them. So I'm going to say example. I'm going to go do that external tool. I'm going to click find. I'm going to go down to Newsela. And it's going to show the assignments that I've assigned to that class. Oh, I've already given them this is the one assignment that I had for them, but otherwise it just show up right here, which is nice. And you just click it and it will assign it. The other thing I want to highlight is when you come back to this, make sure to uncheck this box that says load tool, a new tab. Okay, so make sure that's unchecked, and that way Newsela will be in the screen for them and they don't have to go to another tab. Otherwise, it will have them click out and go to Newsela. So if we want to just keep them in Canvas, make sure to uncheck that box. And then the assignment will show up on the screen for them. So very easy. So do you guys have any questions for Megan or I?
This is really a great tool to figure out if the text you're giving your students are too hard. Because I know last year I had one class who was very low, and then I had my pre-AP class. So it was good to give them the same content at their appropriate reading level. It's really good for differentiating instructions because they're not losing the content piece. Because as we know, students do get frustrated when they feel like they can't read or they can't understand the text that's going on, or if the academic wording is too hard. And we want to avoid student shutdown, especially during the time when we can't be near them to really help them like we traditionally have been able to.
I'll just go to the class where there is actually one to grade so that you guys can see that. Half the reason I made this module for students would be so I have examples to show you guys this week. But also surprisingly, when I published it yesterday, a lot of kids like started working on things instantly. Like kids are ready for school. All right, so we're gonna go down here. And I can just say grade now. And like I said, you can do this in the Newsela window directly, or you can just stay here in Canvas. And so I can. For this one, they had to do a writing and they had to do a quiz. I just used the default stuff they already had. So I can go down here and I can read their response. This was an article about Fortnite. I tried to pick something that would pique their interest to just do for fun. This person, they actually wrote a lot. So that's nice. And then so I can scroll down to the bottom and I can just score their reply. I'll just say a 4 and I'll say share score, and then they'll have the score. And then I can go back, click the little back button, and I can see what they did on the quiz. They got 100. So automatically saves. Yeah, and I always put the recordings on the ITC for All website, so you can view them there, Tara. All right, so that should show you how it will work with Canvas. And like I said, you have, for that rostering part, if you're at a school that doesn't pay for Newsela, you won't have that option. Deborah, you won't sync this with your sandbox. I mean, you can, but you're not gonna have any kids in your sandbox. You're gonna sync this with your real courses. And where you do that is, I'm gonna click on Newsela. You're gonna go to Newsela, and then you will sync it with Canvas in your settings, and I'll show you where that is. You can write the feedback right in Newsela, Allie. Yeah, you could do it either place you want. So I'm gonna go up to my name, and I'm gonna go to settings. And then I go to the classes tab. And you'll see, it will say, let's see, there we go. There'll be a button that like lets you sync with Canvas. And so you'll sync with Canvas. You'll get to pick which courses you want to sync, and it will do all the syncing for you. So you'll just go to your settings page and then the classes tab, and you'll be able to sync your Canvas classes there.
But our ones for this year aren't loaded though, right? Like our actual schedule? Because
I think you should see your Canvas courses now today. This morning they were in. Oh. Yeah. Do you have them in Canvas? You see your classes in Canvas?
I don't. I only see the class of 2023 in my sandbox.
Oh, well then maybe it's still syncing. So yep, yes. And unfortunately they have cross-listed everything. So yeah, you will only see, like if you just teach one prep, you'll just see one classroom. That's how the district decided to do it. So.
Wait, can you repeat that, Katie? They linked our classes?
Correct.
And
yeah,
is that the same thing that you were talking about, like the pros and cons of linking?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay,
so we're going with linking.
Oh, that is your only option apparently. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me and the other ITCs this weekend were having a great chat about it and how this was going to be a great week. Yeah. So it just means like, okay, if we're Paige, are you high school?
No, I'm elementary school, which is why.
All right, well then you're gonna have different courses for all of your stuff. It's different.
Yeah.
If you're a high school teacher, you would see, if you only taught Bio 1, you just have one classroom and all of your kids in all of your periods would be in it.
Oh, yeah, that is
So
not.
I so I teach 5 sections of freshmen. Now it's there, Katie. There's 150 of them in
Correct.
one
Yep.
class.
You will be able to go, let me, while we're on this subject, for those that are here, you'll be able to go to your settings. And you should be able to go to, I hope this is how it is. This is what they told us this weekend. Should be able to go to sections, so course setting sections, and you should see different, like 5 different classes or however many different sections there are making those classes. And you then, when you make an assignment, you can make the assignment for a specific section. But I think the best practice is just going to be, and I think what Ms. Abney and admin is planning is, all of your assignments should just always just be due on a Monday. And then, so kids have the whole week to do them. And then it's just kind of uniform. And you don't have to, make 5 different assignments within one classroom for different, just make one assignment.
And we can import our sandboxes into this, right?
Yeah, after you see the course content from KLC, if you see the modules they've created, then you can definitely go ahead and start pulling your stuff in from the sandbox. You don't want to pull anything from your sandbox until they've done that, because you don't want them to write over or mess anything up. Yeah, that's definitely going to get very messy with Zooms. I agree, Katie. I totally agree. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, so on your Zoom tab, you're going to have to, when you make your meetings, make period 1 and make a period 2 meeting. So yeah, it's going to look great. In some ways, it's going to be nice that there's less things to manage. You'll only have to manage the course navigation in one course. But in other ways, it's going to be not great. Especially those kids that have executive functioning, they're going to come to this Zoom page and see period 1, period 2, period 3, and they're going to be like, I don't know which day I'm supposed to come. And they just might pop into the wrong class. But yeah.
Katie, is there a way if you have the sections to assign, maybe you make the Zoom an assignment just for certain sections? Would that help?
You could do that. You could hide this Zoom link and then just make, you can make assignments for that instead. That might work. That might work for you. Yeah. That might actually be what I would recommend, actually.
Oh, could you say that one more time? I lost sound.
Maybe hiding this Zoom link in the navigation and then just making an assignment and assigning it just to that class or that section. I would love, actually, Megan, would you mind showing your screen so I can see what it looks, and just going into that class so that we can kind of just see. Before we do this, did anyone else have any Newsela questions? I think we're probably good on that topic.
And you guys can feel free to email me too. I can totally help you do that. It's not a problem. And I did send Katie some videos if you want her to send that to you as well.
Is it okay if I add those to the Wakelet that I have?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm stopping the recording about Newsela, so let's see.
Okay. So this is because I teach the 5 sections. So this uploaded with all this. And then when I